The NFL's new league year starts at 3 p.m. Central Time, which is the only time zone that really matters today on Wednesday, March 16th. And that means that all teams have to be in cap compliance, at least their top 51 on the roster. Because remember, from the start of the new league year until roster cuts right before the season, top 51 is all that matters. You don't need to fit your entire 90-man roster underneath the salary cap because that's sort of ridiculous. But the Minnesota Vikings, even after signing Jordan Hicks and even after getting rid of Michael Pierce, they have just a smidge of work to do to free up a little bit more salary cap, but shouldn't be an issue because and as of right, meow, over the cap has the Vikings at $2.479 million over the salary cap, which frankly, they're in decent shape, right? There's a couple moves that they can make. We'll talk about that in a sec to get in cap compliance. And also, the Vikings will want a couple more $1 million to roll into this offseason to sign a couple more free agents. Of course, take care of the draft class, as well as for incidentals in season, because you do need some salary cap space to bring guys onto the roster and off as attrition starts hitting throughout the season. It just is what it is, right? And also, maybe they can roll some salary cap over 2023, but probably not. But also, you look at the way that the Vikings were about $15-16 million over the cap. They freed things up by moving things around with Kirk Cousins and the extension, getting rid of Michael Pierce, and even though they did sign Phillips and then they tendered Joseph and then brought in Jordan Hicks, they're still in decent shape. Plus, look at the Saints. I mean, God bless them, man. The Saints were $9 trillion in debt. It was like the national, debt, and then they're just like, oh, now we have cap space. Yeah, okay, okay, and then they're gonna trade for Deshaun Watson. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see, man. But now the Bucks with Tom Brady coming back, they're just like, brah, come on, bro. So now they have some work to do, especially since they tag Godwin. But yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be perfectly fine. Same thing with the Chiefs. Packers have some work to do on the cap, but of course, hashtag cap is a myth. But the Vikings, little bit of work to get going there, but there's always ways to move money around and get the Vikings in cap compliance. And here are 5 ways that they can do that. So number 1, Danielle Hunter's $18 million rooster bonus comes in 5 days, the 5th day of the new league year. Now, on the books, that's seen as just a thwack, $18 million right there. But if they are going to keep Danielle long term, which they absolutely should, they could revise the deal, they could rip this thing up and give him an extension, or they could simply count the roster bonus and turn it into a signing bonus so you could prorate it over the duration of the deal. I think it's up to 5 years. So there you go. Thielen pay cut restructure is on the table. Yeah, I do think that Thielen is a pay cut or cut candidate. Although, seeing the money that I don't know, Christian Kirk got paid, I think Thielen has a good case of like, hey, oi. But a $12.045 million base salary, they've already restructured him once, so they already kicked the can. And remember, you restructure players that you see staying with the team for the duration of the contract. Now, Thielen at his age, maybe not, but there's an easy way that they can liquidate that $12.05 million base. Thielen gets his check today, and the Vikings are in good cap shape. Number 3, Eric Kendricks. So they've also already restructured Kendricks once, but he has a $9.15 million base salary. That could be prorated out. Harrison Smith. So Harrison has an $8 million roster bonus due on the 3rd day of the new league year. And same thing with Danielle's roster bonus. They could turn that into a signing bonus and prorate it out. So there you go. And then lastly, Dalvin Cook. So Dalvin, I think, could be a pay cut, a cut, or a restructure candidate, or maybe even a trade candidate. Although the trade market for running backs on premium contracts is very soft. It's very marshmallowy. Ask the Panthers trying to move Christian McCaffrey for the last 2 years. But Dalvin's doing $8.3 million base salary. They could easily restructure that, maybe even leverage that into a pay cut, but we'll see there. Either way, the Vikings have a little bit of work to do before this afternoon. They'll get it done. And if they still want to chase a couple other free agents, J.C. Treader one time, a veteran cornerback in free agency, maybe they bring back Patrick Peterson as well. They do need to free up a little, just a skosh. A bit more money, but there's many ways to do that. Trust Rob Brzezinski, trust his front office, and they'll get it done. But your thoughts are thoughts. The Vikings need to be in cap compliance by 3 p.m. Central Time today. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.